don't like the way some people treat special needs children. And Chrisean and some of her family members and friends treat that baby like the disabilities that he have is somehow his fault.
With hood choking, trying to figure out what the excuse when it's come time to explain why the Patton Jr. is not crawling and walking. Like, at this point, you running out of excuses. Like, ain't his birthday like in 2 weeks? And nobody realized that Chrisean prayed for all the attention that her son has now.
The whispers have turned into roars, and the internet is in flames once again over Chrisean Rock, but this time, it's not about her messy love life or another viral meltdown. No, this is about something much darker, much heavier, and far more personal. Fans are accusing Chrisean of neglecting her baby boy, Chrisean JRB, while she's allegedly out drinking, partying, and living the wild lifestyle she just can't seem to let go of. But here's the real kicker: the accusations aren't just coming from random trolls. Alleged insiders close to Chrisean are leaking claims that her baby is being left in unsafe conditions, while videos surface of her club hopping, bottle in hand, smiling like she doesn't have a care in the world. And to make things worse, screenshots and shady comments are starting to point fingers at Blueface's family as the ones stirring the pot, making fans question, is this truth or just another toxic smear campaign? Stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal will shake you. From leaked DMs, fan videos, and shocking family statements, the evidence piling up against Chrisean is explosive. But is she really guilty? Or is someone out to destroy her? From the very beginning, Chrisean Rock's journey into motherhood has been tangled in chaos, controversy, and heartbreak. When she first announced her pregnancy, many doubted her ability to raise a child in the spotlight, especially given her volatile relationship with Blueface, the endless social media fights, and the wild, unpredictable lifestyle that made her infamous. Still, when Chrisean JRB was born, fans saw a softer side of her. She went live, teary-eyed, holding her baby, promising the world that she would change. For a moment, it looked like Chrisean had finally found her purpose. Supporters flooded her comments with love, saying maybe this baby would be the turning point, the anchor that pulled her out of the storm. But just as quickly as hope arrived, doubt crept back in. Within weeks, rumors began to swirl that Chrisean wasn't ready to give up the fast life. Videos started circulating of her at events, clubs, and parties, sometimes with friends, sometimes alone, always looking like she had returned to her old ways. Critics argued that she was chasing fame, attention, and nightlife instead of focusing on her son. Then came the damning accusations from none other than Blueface's family. His mother, Carlissa, never one to stay silent, took to social media hinting that Chrisean was leaving her baby with anyone who will take him just so she could go out. These comments added fuel to the fire, sparking debates across fan pages and gossip blogs. Was Carlissa just being spiteful, or did she know something the public didn't? To make matters worse, a so-called insider leak claimed that CPS had already been tipped off by concerned individuals about Chrisean's parenting. While no official report confirmed this, the rumor was enough to spread like wildfire. Suddenly, every move Chrisean made was under a microscope. If she was seen smiling with a drink in hand, the internet was quick to scream proof. If she looked tired or distracted on live, people called it evidence of neglect. But the story doesn't stop there. Some fans defended Chrisean, saying the narrative was twisted. They argued that every young mother deserves a break, that going out once in a while doesn't equal neglect, and that critics were simply rooting for her to fail. They pointed out how often women in the spotlight are judged harsher than their male counterparts, asking, where is the same energy for Blueface? Why isn't anyone questioning his fatherhood when he's just as absent, if not more? And then came the most chilling part: leaked voice notes allegedly from someone close to Chrisean's camp. In these audios, a voice claimed that the baby was often left with people who don't even know him that well while Chrisean disappears for hours. The voice described JRB crying uncontrollably, saying he needs his mother, not babysitters. Though the recordings haven't been verified, they spread across TikTok and Twitter with millions of views, making the allegations impossible to ignore. the pressure mounted. Fans demanded answers. Blogs wrote scathing headlines. Is Chrisean failing her baby already? Paparazzi stalked her every move, snapping pictures of her car outside clubs late at night. And every time she went live, thousands flooded the comments, asking where her son was. For Chrisean, the weight of motherhood, mixed with public judgment, was becoming unbearable. On one hand, she wanted to defend herself, to scream that she was doing her best. On the other, the more she clapped back, the more people accused her of making excuses. And here's where the story takes a darker turn. Blueface himself, the man she's had a toxic love-hate cycle with, began to fuel the fire. In cryptic tweets, he implied that Chrisean wasn't ready for motherhood, that she chose fame over family, and that the baby deserved better. Fans went wild, debating whether he was exposing the truth or just trying to destroy her image out of spite. So now, we're left with a dangerous question hanging over everything. Is Chrisean Rock truly neglecting her child for a lifestyle she promised she'd leave behind? Or is she being targeted in a vicious campaign of lies, fueled by her enemies and amplified by the internet? Because what comes next in this scandal, the leaked videos, the insider testimony, and the shocking confrontations, will leave no room for doubt. The whispers turned into screams the night a viral video hit the internet, one that instantly sent shockwaves across every gossip blog, Twitter thread, and Instagram page. It was just after midnight in Los Angeles. A fan spotted Chrisean Rock at a crowded lounge, dancing wildly with a drink in her hand. She was laughing, twirling, and holding a microphone as if she was performing. But here's what sent the internet into meltdown. She was on live earlier that same evening, telling fans she was home with Junior, just being a mom. The contradiction was damning. Within minutes, the clip spread like wildfire, captioned, "So where's the baby now, Chrisean?" The comments were brutal. "This ain't it. Junior needs his mom, not this nonsense. She's choosing the club over her son. Sad. CPS, where you at?" But just when the backlash seemed overwhelming, Chrisean fired back. She went live, furious, tears streaming down her face, screaming, "Y'all don't know what I'm going through. My baby is taken care of. I can go outside, I can live. Stop acting like I'm neglecting my son, because that's not what it is." Her words only poured gasoline on the fire. Some sympathized, saying the internet was too harsh, but many more doubled down, insisting she was lying to protect her image. Then came the first major twist. An alleged insider from Chrisean's circle leaked text messages that painted a very different picture. Screenshots began circulating online, supposedly between Chrisean and one of her friends. In them, she allegedly wrote, "I need to step out tonight. Can you watch Junior for a bit? Don't trip. I'll cash up you 200. Another message appeared to show her panicking. "Don't tell nobody I left him with you. People already hating on me, saying I don't take care of him." Though unverified, the screenshots looked convincing enough to send social media into a frenzy. Gossip blogs plastered them with headlines like, "Chrisean exposed for paying friends to watch Junior while she parties." Fans were torn. Was this just a setup by people around her trying to cash in on her drama? Or was it the undeniable proof that she was prioritizing her own lifestyle over motherhood? Things escalated even further when Blueface himself jumped in. He retweeted the viral video with a single line that cut deeper than anything else. "I told y'all she wasn't ready to be a mom." The public feud exploded into a trending war. Hashtag pray for Junior and hashtag bad mom Chrisean started trending simultaneously, with one side begging for compassion and the other side demanding accountability. Meanwhile, the tension behind the scenes was even worse. According to one so-called leaked voice note from a babysitter, Chrisean often dropped JRB off unexpectedly and disappeared for hours, leaving the sitter stressed and overwhelmed. In the voice note, the sitter allegedly said, "He cries all night when she's gone. He needs his mom, but she always says she'll be right back and then doesn't come until the next morning." The internet went nuclear. If the recording was true, this wasn't just about partying, it was about a baby being abandoned for hours at a time. But just as the narrative seemed locked in, another shocking detail emerged. A fan uploaded a clip showing Chrisean outside the lounge, looking completely distraught. She was sitting on the curb, mascara running down her face, arguing with someone on the phone. People nearby claimed she was yelling, "I can't do this no more. I need help. I'm drowning." This moment created a new wave of debate. Was Chrisean spiraling under the crushing pressure of motherhood and fame? Was she acting out because she didn't have a strong support system? Or was this just another excuse to deflect from the harsh reality that maybe, just maybe, the accusations of neglect had truth to them? And then boom, the first twist that nobody expected hit the internet like a bomb. A mysterious account popped up on Instagram, dropping what they claimed were Chrisean's fake alibis. The account posted photos of JRB, with timestamps, allegedly proving that he was not with her when she claimed he was. One caption read, "She lies to you saying Junior's right there, but this was taken the same night she was at the club. She doesn't even know who she can trust anymore." The account gained 100,000 followers overnight and claimed to have more receipts coming. Fans speculated it might even be someone close to Blueface's family running it, maybe Carlissa, maybe Jaden, maybe even Blueface himself secretly stirring the pot from behind bars. The revelation tore open a deeper wound. If Chrisean couldn't even trust her own circle, how could she possibly hold her life together while raising JRB? By the end of the week, the story had escalated from a simple viral video to a full-blown scandal with text leaks, insider voice notes, social media betrayals, and a massive question mark over Chrisean's ability to care for her son. And just when people thought it couldn't get worse, the next shocking reveal was about to change the conversation forever. Just when fans thought they had seen it all, leaked texts, babysitter confessions, Blueface chiming in from the sidelines, the story spiraled into something darker, deeper, and far more chaotic, because the very next day, a major news outlet jumped into the storm. TM-style paparazzi footage showed Chrisean walking out of a liquor store in broad daylight with not one, not two, but 4 bottles of alcohol stuffed in her bag. But what shocked fans wasn't the alcohol itself, it was the fact that she had JRB's baby stroller with her. The baby was nowhere in sight. Instead, she was pushing an empty stroller, laughing with friends, acting carefree while paparazzi yelled questions. The clip set the internet ablaze. People didn't just accuse her of neglect, now they accused her of using JRB as a cover, trying to make it look like she was being a responsible mother while actually prioritizing the party life. And then came the shocking reveal that flipped everything upside down. An anonymous family insider leaked a bombshell claim JRB had been rushed to the hospital earlier that week due to complications from being left unattended for too long. The insider alleged that neighbors had called authorities after hearing a baby screaming for hours, and when paramedics arrived, they found JRB alone in the house. This was the moment everything snapped. If true, it wasn't just about questionable choices anymore, it was about child endangerment. Blogs lit up with headlines like, "Chrisean under investigation after baby found alone?" Neglect claims turn into medical emergency allegations. Insider says hospitalized baby JRB is spark behind leaks. Twitter threads exploded. One fan wrote, "If this is real, she's done. CPS better step in immediately. That poor baby doesn't deserve this." Another countered, "Y'all love tearing her down. Who leaked this? Who benefits from painting her like a monster? This feels like sabotage." And then, as if on cue, Natalie Nunn jumped in. She went live, smirking as thousands of viewers piled into her stream. With the confidence of someone who knew she was about to drop a grenade, Natalie declared, "Y'all been calling me messy, but I don't need to lie. I've seen things with my own eyes. Chrisean don't need enemies, because she's her own enemy. That baby deserves stability, not a mother who's more worried about her next drink." The live went viral within minutes. Clips were everywhere. Natalie's words gave new life to the rumors, making people believe the hospital story wasn't just gossip, it was the cold, hard truth. Meanwhile, Chrisean was cracking under the pressure. She went live again, sobbing uncontrollably, screaming at her haters, Stop lying on me. JRB was never in the hospital. Y'all are sick for making this up. Why can't y'all just let me be a mom the way I know how? But the damage was already done. Every time she defended herself, another receipt seemed to drop. The mysterious Instagram account posted yet another exclusive, this time a photo of what looked like hospital paperwork. The document appeared to be discharge papers with JRBE's name blurred out, but enough details visible to make people believe the insider's claims. The caption read, "She can deny it all she wants, but the truth always comes out." At this point, even celebrities outside of the hip-hop world began to weigh in. Summer Walker tweeted, "Being a mom is hard, but we gotta make sacrifices for our kids. No excuses." Keith Palmer subtly shaded the situation, posting, "Motherhood is not a prop. It's 24/7. Each reaction added fuel to the fire, further isolating Chrisean. And then came the moment that truly shattered the internet. Carlissa Saffold, Blueface's mom, broke her silence. She posted a video addressing Chrisean directly, saying, "I warned you. I told you being a mother wasn't for everybody. You thought this was a game. That baby don't need the spotlight. He needs safety. And if it takes me stepping in, I will. I don't care who don't like it." Her words sent chills through the fan base. Carlissa was no stranger to messy drama, but this time she sounded dead serious, almost like she was planning to intervene legally. By now, the scandal had grown beyond gossip. According to whispers from supposed legal insiders, Child Protective Services was quietly investigating Chrisean. Blogs claimed that officials had already visited her home for a welfare check, though no official confirmation was released. The uncertainty drove fans wild. Some were furious, demanding accountability. Others were heartbroken, insisting the system was being weaponized against a struggling young mother. But nothing compared to the final shocker of this stage. A clip leaked of what appeared to be Blueface on a jail phone call. The audio, shared by a shady blog page, captured him allegedly saying, "Man, she gonna lose that baby. They already building a case. She too busy chasing clout to even see it coming." If the audio was real, it meant Blueface not only knew about the investigation but was rooting for Chrisean to fail. Fans couldn't believe the cruelty, and yet they also couldn't look away. At this point, the narrative was spiraling so out of control that every new piece of evidence felt like CPS needs to step in now. This isn't funny. That child is in danger. How many more times are we gonna watch her spiral before it's too late? Another countered with equal passion, "Y'all are weird for celebrating a black woman's downfall. She's young, she's learning, and motherhood doesn't come with a manual. Stop weaponizing her mistakes against her." The debate grew so intense that even major outlets picked it up. Entertainment Tonight ran a headline, "Fans fear for Chrisean Rock's baby amid new neglect allegations." Meanwhile, the Shade Room's comments section turned into a battlefield, with thousands of users fighting over who was right and who was wrong. But fans weren't the only ones weighing in. Celebrities started choosing sides. Cardi B shocked everyone when she tweeted, "Motherhood is a blessing and a struggle at the same time. We gotta help, not humiliate." Her words were seen by some as defending Chrisean, but others accused her of enabling. Then came Nicki Minaj, who couldn't resist throwing shade. Without naming names, she posted on Instagram, "A baby isn't an accessory. Y'all chasing the club while your blessings are crying at home." The Barbs immediately connected the dots, dragging Chrisean in every comment section imaginable. Even Meek Mill spoke out, tweeting, "This industry will eat you alive. Hope Shorty gets it together before she loses everything." And that was the heart of it. Losing everything. Because as the noise grew louder, whispers from industry insiders claimed that brands who once lined up to work with Chrisean were now backing away quietly. Sponsorship deals were being reviewed, collaborations were paused, and PR teams were scrambling to distance themselves from the firestorm. One alleged leaked email from a PR firm read, "Effective immediately. All partnership negotiations with Chrisean Rock are suspended until further clarity regarding the CPS investigation." If true, This wasn't just about public perception, it was about money, power, and reputation. Meanwhile, inside the hip-hop community, the reactions were even more brutal. Female rappers began subtweeting Chrisean left and right. One anonymous post on Instagram stories read, "Some of us fought years to prove we could be artists and mothers. Watching somebody fumble it so carelessly makes me sick." Fans speculated it was from Cash Doll or JT from City Girls. Neither confirmed, but the shade lingered in the air like smoke after a fire. And then came the unthinkable. Petition campaigns. A group of angry fans launched a petition titled Save Baby JRB from Neglect, demanding CPS take permanent custody away from Chrisean. Within 24 hours, it had racked up over 50,000 signatures, but just as quickly, a rival petition emerged. Stop harassing Chrisean Rock, let her be a mother. That one soared past 40,000 signatures in a day. The battle lines were officially drawn. This wasn't just a scandal anymore, it was a war between fans, celebrities, and the industry itself. News anchors even began covering it, with one segment on Fox News labeling Chrisean as an example of celebrity culture gone too far. Social commentators debated whether young stars were equipped to handle fame and motherhood at the same time, but through all the chaos, one chilling fact lingered. CPS had not made an official statement. That silence drove speculation into overdrive. Some believed it meant they were actively building a case. Others thought it proved the rumors were exaggerated. But one thing was undeniable: the public was preparing for a showdown. And just when the dust seemed to settle, a final grenade dropped. A leaked DM allegedly from one of JRB's doctors surfaced online. The message, posted by a shady gossip page, read, "Patient has been admitted twice in the past month due to complications. Neglect is suspected." If true, it was devastating. If fake, it was one of the cruelest fabrications yet. But either way, the court of public opinion had already declared its verdict. The industry was turning its back. The fans were at war. And Chrisean? She was trapped in the eye of the storm, with every move scrutinized, every tear mocked, and every live broadcast twisted into a weapon. But as wild as this public reaction was, the final twist waiting around. The corner would be even more explosive because the person set to step into the chaos next wasn't an enemy, a fan, or even an industry figure. It was someone who had the power to end Chrisean's career in one move. Just when fans thought the chaos couldn't spiral any further, the final twist hit like a bomb, and this time, it wasn't coming from Carlissa, Natalie, or even Blueface. No, this time it came from someone with the authority to destroy everything Chrisean had left. Late at night, an anonymous drop hit TMZ's inbox, a leaked court summons. The document, stamped with an official seal, named none other than Child Protective Services and the Los Angeles County Court as petitioners in an emergency custody case against Chrisean Rock. The papers claimed CPS had filed for an emergency hearing to determine whether baby JRB should be permanently removed from her care. The language was brutal. Words like endangerment, reckless behavior, and patterns of neglect painted a chilling picture of what authorities were preparing to argue. And the bombshell didn't stop there. The summons listed a key witness ready to testify against Chrisean, and when fans read the name, the internet nearly collapsed. Blueface. That's right. The very man who spent months fighting with Chrisean, calling her unstable, and airing out her personal business online, was now allegedly set to stand in front of a judge and testify that she was unfit to raise their son. Twitter erupted instantly. One fan wrote, "If Blueface testifies, that's game over. Court always sides with stability, and he's about to look like the better option." Another countered, "Y'all are sick if you think Blueface should raise that baby. He's been in and out of jail more than she's been in the club." But the legal system didn't care about fan wars. What mattered was credibility, evidence, and perception, and the reality was, Chrisean's image had been dragged through the mud for months, and then came the final nail in the coffin. A leaked recording surfaced, allegedly capturing Chrisean in a heated argument with a family member. In the audio, she could be heard screaming, I don't care if I'm at the club, I need to live my life too. He's fine. Stop acting like I'm the worst mom alive. The clip was only 17 seconds long, but it was enough to flood every blog, every gossip page, and every trending hashtag. To her enemies, it was the smoking gun. To her supporters, it was just another example of her being misunderstood and manipulated. Either way, it was clear the walls were closing in. And yet, amid the chaos, Chrisean herself remained defiant. In an Instagram live just hours after the summons leaked, she appeared with tears in her eyes but fire in her voice. Y'all want me to be the villain so bad, but I promise you this, they will never take my son from me. I don't care if it's Blue, Carlissa, or the whole world against me. JRB is mine, and I'll fight until my last breath to keep him. Her words were raw, emotional, and heartbreaking, but for many watching, it was no longer enough. CPS was stepping in. Blueface was allegedly ready to testify, and the industry was turning its back. The cliffhanger was undeniable. Would Chrisean lose custody of JRB forever? Fans begged for answers, but none came. Court dates were whispered about but never confirmed. Lawyers allegedly advised her to stay silent, but Chrisean's fiery nature made that nearly impossible. Every live she went on, every tweet she posted, every night she was spotted in public only added more fuel to the fire. And that's where the story ends. For now, because while the world waits for the next chapter, one thing is certain: the battle for baby JRB has only just begun, and the truth about whether Chrisean Rock is a neglectful mother or a victim of a ruthless smear campaign is still hiding in the shadows. But when that truth finally comes out, it won't just shake her life, it will shake the entire hip-hop industry to its core. And now, after everything we've uncovered, the wild parties, the shocking accusations, the heartbreaking leaked audio, and the looming custody battle that could rip JRB away from his mother, I need to hear from you. Do you believe Chrisean Rock is truly neglecting her son while chasing the party lifestyle? Or is she the victim of a coordinated smear campaign from Blueface, Carlissa, Natalie, and now even CPS? Because let's be real, every angle of this story is filled with contradictions. On one hand, we have court documents, leaked audios, and wild nights out painting her as reckless. On the other hand, we've seen her break down crying, fighting tooth and nail to prove her love for JRB, swearing she'll never let anyone take him away. So who's telling the truth here? Is Blueface finally exposing her once and for all? Or is he playing